This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Dustin Hoffman.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Dustin Hoffman. Today is Friday, June the 2nd, 2023. We're so glad you could join us. Coming up in today's program, I'll talk with Iowa Ag Secretary Mike Naig about water quality initiatives and the celebration of the 10th anniversary of the nutrient reduction strategy and how they're not hanging their laurels on just that accomplishment, but looking forward to the future. We'll also look at that ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets. It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net. We're at the end of the trading day and the end of the trading week, and we're going to turn to Curt Kimmel of agmarket.net. Curt, we saw some interesting weeks here with the grains. What did we see coming out of it today?
Oh boy, a lot more optimism price-wise versus the beginning of the week. Started out the week with just liquidation from the funds, trying to talk up possibility of some rains and just seeing a poor export lineup. Going home here, we're a lot better off than we were a week ago for most part. July corn up 5 cents on the week. December corn up 6 3/4. July corn up 15 cents. November beans down 5 3/4, and wheat was 3, 4, 5 cents higher. So it is a tremendous turnaround. Export-wise, this morning's weekly export sales report was kind of disappointing. It was at the low end of expectations, and that's kind of been the bear's ammunition in here. We sold 1.7 million or 7 million bushels of corn, 12 million bushels of new corn, 4 million bushels of old beans, 11 million bushels new beans. What we're seeing or need to see from here on out is bigger new crop sales. This is the time window where we start to see new crop purchases be put on the books in through here. And it's starting, but we need to see a more aggressive pace. As far as the old crop, it looks like the projections are going to have to be lowered maybe here slightly unless we can see some giddy up go on some export news wise. Meal sales was 405 tons, and the significance of that is meal sales are way ahead of a year ago and what they're projecting. So on the soybean complex, maybe the soybean meal needs to be washed in here as kind of the export sector on the beans. Bean oil continues to lag. It is kind of slow too. Decent. We didn't see net cancellations, I guess, is probably the bottom line. But the main thing is weather. Weather's a dominant factor. The models have a different twist. The American model continues to show isolated type of pop-up activity in through here. I know locally we're dry. We're in Bloomington, Illinois. And like on the east side of town, there's a little 3-mile strip that received an inch and a half of rain, but everybody else kind of missed out on that. But the Euro remains dry. Most models are in agreement. Maybe middle of June, we can see the forecast be a little bit more broader, widespread, a little bit more coverage. Between now and then, it's going to be kind of hit and miss. Weekend temperatures up in the 90s across the entire belt through here. So that's going to put a little more emphasis on needing rain here. Crop conditions report, they're factoring in a 4 to 6% drop in that good to excellent category. A year ago, we were at 73% good to excellent. This last week, we were at 69% good to excellent as a nation. That is expected to go backwards on us. And we'll kind of watch the major states here. Drought monitor, of course, we went from light yellow to a little darker yellow color, and that's going to be watched, and that's going to be main market makers as we move forward here. Weather guys in charge, we'll see what the weather forecast shows. And if the weather forecast remains dry, we kind of feel these commodity funds are going to start covering some short positions, particularly in corn. There are pretty large shorts in the corn. As we move higher in here, it should trip some moving average signals and hopefully get them back on the buy side here to help price in some weather premium, Dustin.
All right, switching over to the livestock side of things, cattle's seeing some increased strength while the cash sales coming up into today were really good yesterday. Cattle had a day that doesn't come around very often, and even hogs. I mean, jeepers, this week we said something we haven't said for months, and that's hogs are limit up, and they were still seeing some positive momentum after that fact. What did we see today to wrap up the week?
Yeah, we saw strong firm prices in through here. Yesterday was a big day on Thursday for the week. The June fats were up over $9. The June hogs were up $10. That's unheard of here. We've been in a downtrend for feels like years, but it's to the moon. We got the cattle rocket taking off in through here. This move was anticipated a long time ago, over a year ago, when we saw quite a bit of liquidation coming into this spring, tighter numbers and so forth. But who would have thought it would have happened all at once in through here? But yeah, meat prices are strong. We feel they're going to remain strong. We need to kind of settle down a little bit because we don't want too high of a price to be reflected at the retail level and lose some of this consumer demand. Pork-wise, we're in a situation where those cutouts are still down in the 80-cent area for your loins, hams, and belly. So at the wholesale level, it's a bargain. So if you're a shopper and need to put a little in the freezer, I'd take a look at that. One thing to watch fairly closely is the feeder market. It's expected to stay firm. However, if this corn market would get juiced up and move higher in here, it might limit the upside on these feeders in through here. A lot of excitement in the agricultural products here as we move through the next few weeks, particularly watching the weather forecast.
All right. Well, Curt, a lot of great information. If folks want to pick the minds of everybody at agmarket.net, get some ideas of what they should be thinking about in their market strategy, how do they get in touch?
You can call us here at 1-800-779-1515, or else you can go to the agmarket.net website and click on the Intel tab. That'll take you to what the team puts together as outlooks and different types of good information to keep an eye on.
And that again was Curt Kimmel of agmarket.net. Let's go ahead and run down those closing numbers for you. That comes to us courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. July corn was up 16.5 at 609 even. December new crop up 11 1/4 at 541 1/4. July beans up 23 cents at 1352 1/2. November new crop up 14 3/4 at 1183 3/4. Soy meal for August was $2.50 lower at 392 even. Soy oil $1.63 higher at 49.47. Chicago wheat up 8 at 632 1/4. Minneapolis wheat up 15 at 805 3/4. Kansas wheat up 9 3/4 at 807 1/4. And oats down 1/2 at 343 3/4. June live cattle $1.52 higher, 176.42. August feeders 25 cents higher at 241.90. Lean hogs $3.17 higher at 86.72. Pork cutouts $2.77 higher at 89.02. Class 3 milk was 35 cents. And that's been our ag market recap. We're going to take a short break and hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, we talk with Iowa Agriculture Secretary Mike Naig. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to AMPM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Dustin Huffman. Well, last week we celebrated the 10th anniversary of the nutrient reduction strategy in Iowa, but there's a lot more work that needs to be done. We've brought more conservation efforts to farms across the state, but there's a lot of work left to do. Iowa Ag Secretary Mike Naig joins us and talks about where their goals are for the future and about a new partnership they have in water quality. All right, so speaking of water, obviously water quality, we talked about that is the purview of also the state and the counties, and you guys have been doing some work to get some water quality issues. I mean, obviously we had the 10-year anniversary of the nutrient reduction strategy, also some other things going on. Tell us where we're at right now in Iowa.
We had a busy week last week. We commemorated the 10th anniversary of Iowa's nutrient reduction strategy, which was, we were definitely recognizing and acknowledging the work that's been done and really celebrating that work. But this is not a mission accomplished situation at all. What we really are talking about is built on the successes and the work of the last 10 years. now look ahead and think about the acceleration and the scaling up and how much more work will be done. We've changed the adoption trajectory of nearly every conservation practice that we're focused on, cover crops, wetlands, bioreactors, saturated buffers, you name it. We started by implementing a few a year, and now we're able to really scale that up. And that's what this 10th anniversary, commemoration has been all about. Now, as part of that, we also launched some new dashboards. We have a commitment to being transparent and showing our work, so to speak, but the Iowans are investing in this work. They should know where their tax dollars are going. And so we launched some new dashboards with Iowa State University and the Department of Natural Resources. You can access those at Iowa State University's Nutrient Reduction Strategy website. And it lays out, a variety of things that we're measuring, and you can see for yourselves and really dig in on the progress there. And then we just announced, in fact, yesterday, a new partnership, and it's just one of many that we're working on, but a new partnership with Ducks Unlimited, over $7 million over the next 5 years to work with them to build wetlands. And so really layering on the benefits of the nutrient reduction, water quality improvement that we're looking for with the habitat creation that they're looking for. And it's a great example of how we must have new partnerships in order to get even more work done.
I know it just launched yesterday. Kind of give our viewers a basic understanding of what that's going to entail.
Well, you need to work with partners outside of government, right? My team works very hard and they're busy every day, but we need to do more to attract even more help, private sector help, public-private partnerships. That's how we're going to get more work done. We can multiply our boots on the ground to go call on more producers, more landowners, and be able to work with the private sector to design and then build those practices. Again, you look for aligned organizations. Ducks Unlimited is interested in the habitat aspects of wetlands. And of course, we're looking at the nutrient reduction characteristics of a wetland, but those things are layered together. You can also layer on flood reduction because of those wetlands. And so you start to knit together, cities, communities, conservation groups, recreation groups, and the state of Iowa all working together. We leverage our resources and we can get more done. The way this will actually work is Ducks Unlimited will have some folks that are actually out calling on landowners and walking them through what the process would look like, and then feeding those projects back to us and working to get those designed and built. So this is all about that effort to scale up and do even more.
And sometimes, conservation groups at times have been at odds with the agriculture industry. I mean, to have a partnership like this being built now to work together for different needs with a common result, I mean, it has got to be a good feeling of progress.
It absolutely is. And we're committed to that. We've forged partnerships with City of Des Moines, Des Moines Waterworks, Polk County, Lynn County, Cedar Rapids, Storm Lake, businesses, industries, you name it, associations, Ducks Unlimited, Pheasants Forever. What it shows, I believe, and I've said this from the beginning, is we will work with anybody who in good faith wants to get work done on the ground. And, some landowners love the recreation and the habitat side of things. And that's what really gets them excited about doing a project. And maybe for somebody else, it's all about the water quality work and they don't really care about the other aspects. But, whatever gets somebody excited and ultimately gets them to say, yes, I'm willing to move ahead with a project. That's what we need to do. We just have to do it many, many times, thousands and thousands of times all across the state, is talk to people and get them excited and interested. And ultimately, we want them to be able to say, yes, I'm ready to go.
And of course, as we talk about conservation practices, we also have the cover crop, the cost sharing programs available. Talk a little bit about those.
You bet. So here we go. Another example of, it's a pretty traditional approach. This is the program where you can go into your county conservation office and sign up for cost share. We do have some limits on this program. So it's $25 per acre for a first-time user of cover crops, $15 an acre for a repeat user. And there's a cap for 160 acres total for your operation. But let's say you're doing more than 160 acres. We've got other ways, other programs that you can participate in. The crop insurance discount program, There's some federal programs. And so what I always encourage folks is don't get too tied up on understanding the alphabet soup of acronyms and programs from USDA or the local soil and water conservation district or the state of Iowa. Get in there and talk to somebody and tell them what you're interested in. Our job then is to walk you through a process. But yes, folks can sign up for that cover crop cost share and get into your conservation office. Those dollars will start to be allocated here as we get into the month of July.
That again was Iowa Agriculture Secretary Mike Naig. Let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. Well, it's certainly been a warm and humid couple of days here in the state of Iowa. We've had scattered showers, which has brought relief to some of the drier areas. And there's more of those showers in the forecast, at least for the rest of today and into tonight. Some of that will back off, though, starting tomorrow, and it'll start to feel more like the beginning of June and the week of World Pork Expo, with highs in the low 90s and some high humidity. Of course, it wouldn't be World Pork Expo in Des Moines unless you could fry a piece of bacon on the sidewalk. So what does the National Weather Service have in store for Iowa? Well, let's see what they say for the next 24 hours.
Well, you can really tell that it is the first week of June and World Pork Expo is coming up because it is warm and sticky in that forecast. Today we saw chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Most of those are coming here in the afternoon and evening hours. Highs were in the upper 80s to the low 90s. Tonight, chances of showers and thunderstorms continue across the state. We'll see a low of in the low to mid 60s. And then tomorrow, thunderstorms will begin to give way to some sunny skies. More rain still hanging on, though, in the west where they could really use it. And temperatures will get hot, and we'll see highs in the upper 80s to the low to mid 90s. Taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee still has chances of showers and storms and a high of 88. Shenandoah, chances of storms and 90. Des Moines will start off the day with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, then sunny skies will prevail at a high of 91. Waterloo and Albia both looking for sunny skies at 91. And Clinton, the hot spot tomorrow, sunny skies.
And for more detailed forecasts in your area, tune to your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. And that's been our Ag Weather Outlook. With that, we're at the end of today's show. You can find all our content online at iowaagnet.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and on our YouTube channel. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified anytime we put out a new program. You can also catch back episodes of AMPM and look for the second episode in my series about my trip to Brazil that just dropped today. You can also find our free Twice Daily Market podcast on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Google, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Dustin Huffman. For Riley Smith and Mark Magnuson, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.